My name is Fred Mitchell and I'm the Security Division Manager for Drive Control. We are the distributors for Symantec and Norton, which is the retail arm of Symantec. Drive Control is the largest distributor for Symantec in the sub-Saharan EMEA region, which will also include Russia, which is quite an accomplishment. The field of security is not new to Drive Control, but the division is quite new. It's about 2 years old now. The reason being is that security has become such a prevalent issue in the online community and the online life that we live, and we've become so plugged in across the board that if you don't have security, it's virtually insanity, and anyone can get your information and things like that. People still think of security as antivirus, which it's not. It's a part of it, but antivirus is merely this much out of a scope of about that much. Right. And if you have antivirus, that's great, but if you don't have intrusion protection, if you don't have something that justifies or looks at the websites that you're on that they are valid, if you don't have online backups, then you're completely exposed. Mm-hmm. Intrusion detection, what's happening a lot is that people give out information across the internet. They're scared of it. People are scared of online banking because they think they're going to give the information out and people are not going to, it's just going to be abused, or they don't know who it's going to. So there's certain rules that you should always follow on the internet, but if you've got the right products on your machine, be it that you're a home user or be it that you're a large corporate, you need the correct products to solve your potential pain. Right. A lot of the drug cartels they launder money. They take people's information over the internet, or they get hold of it. Once they've got your ID number and your names, they can open bank accounts in your name, and this has happened.
So phishing is a major problem?
Phishing is a very major problem, but it's not just phishing. The phishing is very big, obviously, from a bank account perspective, but hacking into your system, and I know that a lot of people think, who'd want to hack into my system? You know, I have a little business, or this is my home computer. I run a Symantec product at home that can actually see who's trying to come onto my system. And you'd be surprised if you're sitting on the internet. I've got ADSL, which is now becoming cheaper, so more and more people are 24/7 on the internet. But if you're sitting on the internet, then all of a sudden you'll see people are trying to come into your system that you don't know who they are.
Right.
And what they want is, they don't want the $500 that I've got in my bank account. What they want is my data on my computer. They want information on my files. If I have a file with passwords, if I have a medical file which might have my ID number in it, or any information like that. And therefore, the man on the street is becoming the big gaping hole in security. Every 6 months, Symantec releases the Internet Security Threat Report. The Internet Security Threat Report gathers data from across the world, from over 3 million honeypot accounts, which sends it to a central point where they then disseminate it and look at the trend of what's happening. And home users are the most attacked at the moment, more so than corporates, because they're not aware of their security issues.
You say honeypot? Very simply, what is that?
A honeypot account is an account that sits completely open. When there's spam going out, if there's hacking, it just sits there and there's nothing really in it, but it attracts malicious content. Essentially, the name gives it as a honeypot. It attracts things, which is malicious, and then Symantec looks at that and starts analyzing that information. That information then gets put into this report, and what they found is that home users are at the biggest risk at the moment, which is quite surprising. But if you're not thinking, or if you don't understand what's happening in the industry, and information is what the guys want.
Right.
And that's where they get it, because it's easy. So you've got a dry cleaners and you've got a computer to run your accounts. There's information sitting there. You've got a car dealership. There's information sitting on your PCs. And you're thinking, I don't need antivirus, I don't need intrusion protection, who's going to want my information? And that information that you have is actually very valuable to some people, of criminal intent. And that's why they want it.
So you're saying that people are going in after you know, and you will supply them knowingly with information, as in phishing.
Yeah.
That's the lottery stuff, and then you're also an unknowing victim.
The knowing victims, I mean, they'll always be there. I always think of my mum, because my mum only got a PC, or started working on PCs about 5 or 6 years ago. And until I actually got quite stern with her, she used to send me the stuff that says, send this to 40 people and you can win a cell phone. They don't do it thinking that they're damaging themselves, because they think, oh, my bank sent me an email. There is also a huge awareness already of what phishing is and that you don't do these things. So that avenue is not perfect, but it's becoming better because people are more aware of what they should and shouldn't be doing online. But the issue is that it's the unknown.
Yeah.
When you're sitting there innocently thinking, oh, I'm just surfing this site, whatever, and you don't realize that someone's on your machine busy extracting information while you're on the net, because they can do it. You'll never know it.
Yeah.
And that's where the problem comes in.
What about the Windows firewall? Isn't that good enough in XP or Vista?
And what you should look at is a complete solution.
Right.
A firewall on its own is not enough. Antivirus on its own is not enough. Having a personal firewall and antivirus already is better.
Right.
But then you need intrusion protection. You need something that is going to control who is allowed onto your machine and who not. Who's allowed to download what. And then the backup situation is very important. You always need to back up. Says me, and I've lost photos, and that's why I know. We all do it. We all only start backing up once we've lost information.
So Norton has a backup service?
On the retail side, yes, they do.
Okay.
If you go into the enterprise for business, then you buy separate products. But for the Norton retail products, there's if you're a single user, there's a product called Internet Security, which gives you antivirus, a firewall, anti-spam, which is a major problem, intrusion detection, a very small little backup. That's for a single user. So you've got one PC at home, that's what you buy. Don't go out and buy an antivirus of whichever brand. Buy the Internet Security, which gives you a complete solution. Then what Symantec also has for the small business is they've got a product called Norton 360,
right,
which gives you system recovery tools. It gives you the antivirus. It gives you a complete solution for your company, including a backup component or backup product within the product, and you can put it on 3 machines. So you buy the one box, and I've got 3 machines at my house. Most people actually do. They've got their own PC, a laptop, and the kids' PC.
right.
And the minute that you have that, instead of going out and buying 3 internet securities, you buy one product which is you're allowed to load onto 3 machines. Okay. And then you know that everything is protected. And it updates automatically. I mean, there's a little icon sitting in the bottom right hand side of the screen. You click on that. If it's got a green tick in it, then you know everything's fine. If it's got a red cross, then you know there's a problem. You click on it, it'll say, listen, you need to update your antivirus. You haven't cleaned your internet temporary files for quite a while. You haven't defragged your machine, and the product actually helps you to do that. Right. You just click on it and it automatically defrags. It does all of that for you in a very quick time period.